What's up, everybody? I gotta do a video today, and this video is gonna be called Scientists is Not About Evolution. It's about the purpose of life forms and the balance of ecological systems. And the reason why I gotta do this video, I'm gonna have to put on my Minister Erskine Gibson hat, my modern day prophet hat, and make this video and explain to y'all what the purpose of the life forms on this planet, what the purpose of the life forms of the what the purpose of the life forms on the planet actually is. And I really have, I've always taken aim at religion and science, but today I'm gonna have to focus on these phony, idiotic scientists and this bullshit science they keep putting out. And I'm gonna focus specifically on evolution. Evolution, let me first explain, only explains the ability of an organism to change based on its environment. It does not allow for an organism or a species to change into something else. And what really got me started on this was I was reading an article about this whale with legs, and the scientists were already trying to explain how this whale with legs evolved into the whales we see in the ocean today. And I'm going to explain to y'all why that's not true and what the purpose of that whale with legs actually was, and how it corresponds to another animal that has the same purpose today. And that's what y'all need to understand. Everything on this planet, every life form has a purpose. Everything on this planet is programmed a certain way. The same way we program computers and all these like electronics and everything else, that's the exact same way the planet, the solar system, the universe, everything is programmed. Nothing is random. Nothing is accidental. Everything has a purpose. So, understand that there's a reason that life forms go extinct on this planet. The reason for that is because you can't have a bunch of animals serving the same purpose, because it will make the balance go out of whack. And the whole purpose of the life forms is to maintain these ecological balances all around the world that maintains the level of oxygen in the atmosphere. The earth is the oxygen element of the solar system. That's why there's life on this planet, to maintain these ecological balances that maintains the oxygen in the atmosphere. So when we talk about all of the CO2 we're putting in the atmosphere, it's a real danger. We're really, really taking a big risk. And I'm going to go into that a little more later. But yeah, all of the carbon is not a good thing. But anyway, let me talk about the life forms. Okay. All life on this planet and throughout the universe is going to basically be a predator-prey relationship. And this is all through the universe. Every time you see a solar system with 8 planets and there's an Earth-like planet, there's going to be life on that planet in a predator-prey relationship. There's no little green men or no super advanced, none of that stuff exists. That's not the purpose of life. The purpose of life is to maintain oxygen. And so basically, on this planet, you have a bunch of animals that eat grass, trees, shrubs, bushes, and they maintain the balance so that the grass and everything doesn't grow out of control. Now, you have a bunch of predatory carnivores that eat the grass-eating animals so that they don't grow out of control and eat up all of the grass. A balance has to be maintained. And if you also notice that it's not easy for a lot of these predators to, kill and eat these grass-eating animals. A lot of these grass-eating animals have evolved to be very tough or very fast or very dangerous to protect themselves, so that the predatory animals can't eat up all of the grass-eating animals, because then there's nothing to eat the grass once again, and the ecological balance is messed up. So the reason why I'm bringing this point up is to explain that the reason why woolly mammoths and mastodons don't exist anymore is because elephants have taken their place. Elephants perform the same function. You can't have everything eating up all the grass. So only one life form can exist, or not even one, but you just can't have a bunch of the same type of, like you can't have a bunch of grass-eating animals eating up all the grass. You can't have a bunch of carnivores eating up all of the grass-eating animals, because it'll mess up the balance either way, no matter how you look at it. And speaking of, let's talk about apex predators for a minute, because there really is no such thing as an apex predator. There are apex predators within their environment, but that's within their environment. Let's take a look at the orcas. Orcas are the apex predators in the ocean, it's true. But there are many whales that can kill an orca one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? A lot of whales. The only reason orcas are apex is because they hunt in big groups and they're intelligent. If they had to face these whales one-on-one, they couldn't win. Human beings, we're the ultimate apex predator. Meaning we can eradicate and wipe out any life form that we choose to. We can preserve them if we choose to. But that's by way of our intellect and technology. If we had to face many of these animals one-on-one in a fight to the death, we'd get killed pretty easily. So even we are only apex predators to a certain degree. Let's take a look at the polar bears and the grizzly bears, who are probably the most dominant apex predators in the world, because they can pretty much kill anything, and pretty much nothing can kill them in their environment. But understand, polar bears and grizzly bears don't have to deal with hippos and rhinoceroses and elephants and packs of lions and things like that. Same goes for the wolves, who are also apex predators in their environment. But once again, they're not dealing with packs of lions and elephants and rhinos and things like that. Let's go to the lions, who are the apex predator in their environment. And honestly, the lions are the only animal that can kill things like rhinos and elephants and Cape buffalo and hippos if they have a large enough pack to do it. One-on-one, they also wouldn't be able to do anything with any of these animals. Understand that the biggest, baddest animal on the land is the elephant, the male elephant. Nothing can mess with the male elephant. So no matter how you look at it through history, the carnivores have never been the biggest, baddest animals. It's always the grass-eating animal that's the biggest and the baddest. Now, I'm pretty sure that something like a T-Rex would have been an apex predator in its time. But I'm also pretty sure that more than likely they hunted in packs. Or like the bears, like a bear can kill pretty much anything in its environment, but they sleep for 6 months out the year. That's how that balance is maintained, so that the bears don't go around killing up everything. Now, also, I'm sure a big enough wolf pack could also take down a bear, if the wolf pack was big enough. So that's how the balance is maintained. There is no life form that is truly dominant other than human beings by way of our technology. Everything else can be killed by something else. And the whole point of me saying all of that is that you can't have saber-toothed tigers, dire wolves, regular tigers. You can't have all of these animals existing at the same time, eating up all of the animals. It can't happen. The balance is not maintained. That's why you see animals disappear. That's why they're no longer around, because there are other animals performing their function. So, let's talk about the woolly mammoth that scientists have been talking about bringing back to life. It would be incredibly stupid to bring this animal back to life. Because if you do bring it back to life, then that means either A, the elephants or the woolly mammoths are going to starve to death because there's not going to be enough for all of them to survive, or you're going to see carnivores eating them. You're going to see way more carnivores figuring out how to eat elephants and woolly mammoths. Or the elephants are going to disappear. That's just the way it is, because the balance has to be maintained. So you can't have all of these different animals eating up all of the grass, as I said earlier. And you can't have all of these carnivores existing to eat up all of the grass-eating animals. Because that will also mess up the balance. The ecological balances have to be maintained. Like, let me just quickly break down, and I'm gonna talk about the big cats in Africa real quick, and then I'm gonna go to this whale with legs that got me started on all of this. Okay, if you look at the big cats, you got the lions, you got the leopards, and you got the cheetahs. The lions are the only animal that can hunt the big animals like elephants and rhino. I don't even know if they can hunt rhinos, to be honest, but hippos and Cape buffalo. Lions are the only cats that get big enough to hunt these big animals. The leopard is the most versatile of all of the big cats, where it'll eat some of it can hunt some of the things that the lions hunt, and it can hunt some of the things that the cheetah hunts. But it has to use stealth as opposed to the power of the lions or the speed of the cheetah. Now, a cheetah only hunts certain types of animals. And the animals that the cheetah primarily hunts, nor the cat can hunt. Like I said, the lion can hunt some of them if he's able, I mean, not the lion. The leopard is able to hunt some of them if they're able to sneak up on them, but only if they're able to sneak up on them. A cheetah can actually run animals down using its superior speed. A cheetah is the only cat that can hunt them fast animals because they're the only ones that can catch them. Like I said, unless the other big cats happen to be able to sneak up on them or just happen to time it right. But they all hunt different animals because that's how, once again, the balance is maintained. So you're probably never going to see cheetahs disappear because cheetahs are the only animals that can hunt certain types of animals. And unless something else comes along as fast as a cheetah or faster, this still able to kill these animals, the cheetah's not going to go anywhere. The cheetah's always going to be around. Now, let's get to this whale with legs. And let me explain to y'all the purpose. Now, I wasn't around millions of years ago when this whale existed, but I can tell you what the purpose of the whale was because I understand the purpose and functions of life forms. So, if you have a whale with legs, I can pretty much tell you it lived in water. And I'm going to tell you that it didn't even swim. Do you know how I know it didn't swim? Because I know the hippo doesn't swim. The hippo runs along the bottom of the water. It can hold its breath for like 30 minutes. That's the same thing with this whale with legs. Basically, the whale with legs millions of years ago served the same purpose as the hippo does today. That's why they say the hippos are related to whales. And I don't even know if they're actually related. They just serve the same purpose and the same function. Well, at least the hippo and the whale with legs. So the whale with legs didn't evolve into one of the whales we see swimming in the ocean because they have different functions. The whales in the ocean serves a different purpose than the whale that had the legs. Now, we can't get all caught up, oh wow, we had a whale with legs. Understand that the earth is billions of years old, and there have probably been all types of configurations of life forms that we can't even imagine. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a bird with a lion's head at some point, or a lion with wings, or we just have no idea what type of different life forms have existed because guess what? None of these life forms exist anymore. You know what I'm saying? After a billion years, I'm pretty sure all existence or traces of these life forms will disappear because oxygen oxidates and destroys things. That's what oxygen does. So nothing can survive but for so long with oxygen in the atmosphere. It will totally eradicate everything at some point. You know what I'm saying? And let me get to this whole carbon in the atmosphere thing. I'm going to tell y'all how serious this is. The climate change people are absolutely right, but for the very wrong reasons as usual. But they are right in terms of us pumping all of this carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. We really have to get on the solar energy. Actually, we have to build spaceships and get off of this planet. That should be our ultimate goal because understand our solar system is unstable and it's just a matter of time before another extinction event happens and wipes out all of the life forms on the planet. When you have all of these different periods and then there's all this space in between and they call it missing links, no, that's not a missing link. That's life resetting on the planet. That means that the eradication of all life and then life starts over. Now, that doesn't happen all of the time. Evidently, it only happens at certain periods throughout the planet's history, but it has happened, and it will happen again. So our ultimate goal should be to build spaceships and get off of the planet and get out of the solar system if at all possible, but definitely get off the planet and hide somewhere in space, build our own structures somewhere in space away from the solar system. That should be our ultimate goal. Because, like I said, eventually, it's just a matter of time. There's going to be a reset. And, you know, Homo sapiens probably won't survive it. You know, there's a reason the Neanderthals and the Homo erectus and all of the things that came before them don't exist anymore. And eventually Homo sapiens won't exist anymore. So before that happens to us, we need to get off of the planet and out of the solar system if that's possible. And I don't even know if it's possible, but I hope it is. Now, I want to talk about one last thing, just to impress upon y'all the seriousness of what I'm saying right now. If you know anything about Antarctica, you know anything about viruses, you probably know that there are thousands and thousands of viruses frozen in the ice in Antarctica. Now ask yourself, why would that be? Now understand that everything has a purpose and nothing is accidental. So why would there be thousands of viruses frozen in Antarctica? Let me tell you my theory of why I think they're there. I believe at some point, in fact, there's a whole lot of solar activity right now. We have been getting blasted with solar flares for the last 2 months. And understand that if that ice melts and let those viruses loose, that will probably be the next extinction event. Because those viruses will more than likely kill every living thing on the planet. These are viruses that scientists have no idea what they even are. So there's no way to treat them. There's no way to treat a virus anyway. Your only hope is your immune system. But understand, if these viruses, if I'm correct, not even your immune system is going to help you out. In this case, those viruses will kill every living thing on the planet and start life all over again and reset all of the balances and everything. That's how things work. That's the system we're under. That's why we have to get from under this system if we want Homo sapiens to survive into the long, long future. Anyway, I know I gave y'all a lot to think about. Man, I'm bringing the truth. I'm bringing y'all the reality. All of this nonsense from science and religion that we've been inundated for thousands and thousands of years. Well, science probably more like hundreds of years. But it's totally wrong. Actually, I said, you know what, I'm going to just show y'all just how idiotic and stupid these scientists are. Y'all see this tattoo right here? The E equals MC squared I got on my forearm. Let me talk about E equals MC squared, because I realized that Einstein, who's considered a genius, is no genius at all. Now, I will say this. He was a mathematical wizard. He had a very high level of understanding of mathematical function, but no understanding at all of how to apply the mathematics to our existence and our reality. Unlike the Egyptians, who came up with this, C squared equals A squared plus B squared, that is something you can actually prove this. You can look at a right triangle and prove this. There is no way to prove this right here. Energy equals matter times the speed of light squared. There's no way to prove that. For one, we're not even going to see. Okay, the speed, I actually did a video about this before. The speed of light squared is a ridiculous number. It's a ridiculously big number. So it's going to be virtually impossible for us to see matter moving at that speed to see it become energy. There's no way to prove this. This is unprovable. Just like Einstein's theory of relativity is unprovable. I did a video on that too. You can't prove it. None of Einstein's theories are provable. They just sound real good, but nothing he says is provable. His theory of evolution is complete hogwash. This guy was no genius. If Einstein was alive right now and I was able to debate Einstein, I could prove just how much of a phony he was. That's the level I'm on. That's the level of my intellect and my intelligence and what I'm bringing to the table. I wish that he was alive so I could debate him, even though I probably wouldn't get the chance because I'm a nobody. But if I was, I promise y'all, I could expose him for the phony he is. Like I said, unlike the Egyptians who truly understood mathematics and how it applies to the universe, to the earth, to our existence. They understood that. That's what the scientists just don't get today. They just don't get it. But I do. Anyway, y'all, man, I know I put a lot out there. I hope y'all can follow what I'm saying. I'm really, really trying to enlighten people and get people to see the true reality of our existence so we can change our fate before it's too late. All right, y'all. Thank you for watching the video. Excuse me. Please like the video, y'all. Please like it. Please subscribe to my channels, Church of the Enlightened or Erskine the Prophet. Please leave your thoughts and comments. Any questions you may have, I can answer literally any question about this universe, our existence. I understand it all. I truly understand everything. Well, let me take that back. Not everything, but a lot more than anybody else ever has. So yeah, please share the video if you have anybody who wants to hear the truth also. Anyway, I love you. Thank you for watching the video. Everybody stay safe, stay strong, stay healthy. Peace.